This is FYI News 13, brought to you by SSPTV and the Hazleton Standard Speaker.
For your information, legislators are getting ready to head back to Harrisburg, and State Representative Tara Toohill will let us know some of the hot topics they'll be discussing. It's the Labor Day weekend, and thank you for spending part of it with the FYI crew. Lisa Sugart talks with Tara Toohill in just a moment, and Janine Mazurkevich has another Nescapec report, and Ron Marchetti is on the Sportscast on Saturday. How crazy is that? But first, the Pennsylvania legislature heads back into sessions next month, and when it does, two popular topics will remain on the top of the agenda. Lisa Sugart sat down with one local lawmaker for the latest.
Today, I'm pleased to welcome back State Representative Tara Toohill to our studios, and I know the House will be returning to session very soon and a lot of hot topics on the agenda. So how are things looking? When are you heading back, and what do you think will be accomplished?
Well, first off, thanks for having me. We are starting back in session September 15th, and we have 11 voting days when we start there. So it's really a crunch time because a lot of people are having tough elections. We have the gubernatorial election with our current governor, Tom Corbett. He's going for a second term. So there's a lot of things going on in Harrisburg and statewide, and it makes it tough, I think, going back for 11 days only to try to move the ball forward on items like pension reform and property tax relief.
Do you think we're going to see any movement in this? This is all people are talking about.
I know, and our constituents that are out there, we have gotten closer than ever before on property tax relief. We had moved a bill on total elimination of property taxes, and out there I hear it so often from the constituents, those are the number one issues. I can't afford to pay the property taxes anymore. Please do something. Please help me. And really, constituents, they're so informed because we talk about this item so much. We've really beat it to death, and I think that people out there know. They say, hey, look, the pensions, the high cost of the state employees' pensions, which is an unfunded liability that the state doesn't even have the money to pay right now. People know that those pension costs are what drives their property taxes up on the local level. So we haven't raised your taxes on the state level, but the property taxes, in order to get relief, you also have to fix this pension problem. So we're going into, those are the top two, the pension and the property tax relief. And one of the things that makes that vote tough for a lot of people is that one of the formulas for fixing the property tax problem is that you have to raise the sales tax. And a lot of people, Republican or Democrat, they don't want to raise sales tax on people. But there's one of the formulas that we have in a Senate bill that Senator Yudichak has been talking a lot about in the Senate with Senator Argel, is that you can actually make it so that it's neutralized, because you're going to lose you're going to take away that property tax burden, and the burden is really going to be, it's not going to be bread and milk and eggs, it's going to be larger luxury items that the sales tax is going to go up on, and things that you're buying more with merchandise. So they want to change that. And a lot of people here in the Hazleton area, when they talk to me about a sales tax, they say, listen, go ahead and raise the sales tax because it makes it fair, because people that are out there buying items and spending a lot, they're going to pay, and people that are losing their homes, maybe they won't be out there buying as much because they'll be more frugal, and then they'll get that property tax relief.
Well, all eyes will be on Harrisburg, I'm sure, to see what transpires in the days to come. So I wish you luck when you go back into session.
All right. Thank you, Lisa, and thank you for having me.
State Representative Tara Toohill.
Thanks, Lisa. Now I'm going to be honest, I never watched an episode of Law Talk on SSPTV until I had to write this story. I like sports and history, not so much law. However, I learned there's something for everyone in this show. Here's a clip from a new Law Talk that is airing now with Cefalo and Associates in Pittston. Sam Lassant Sr. just asked attorney Michael Cefalo about how he pioneered television advertising locally for lawyers.
I think we started in the 70s, the late 70s. And how that came about is I always liked marketing. I always liked how the mind worked, why people did things, why people buy a product, why they think the way they do. And the Supreme Court of the United States decided that lawyers could advertise. During Abraham Lincoln's time, they advertised, and then they got away from that and they said it was unethical to be able to advertise. And I thought it was a good idea, and I just decided that, hey, if we're out there and we're going to advertise, let's advertise and let's do it right. And television was one of the key modems to get your message across to the people.
So there was some history in there, some television industry information, and some law talk. You can watch this full episode on Saturday on SSPTV at 4:30 or 10:30 p.m. On Sunday, Law Talk airs at 9:30 a.m., 3 p.m., and 10 p.m. The Hazelton Area School District is having another open registration day. The day is for new students, students transferring from parochial or private schools, or students who transferred out of the district and are returning for the 2014-15 school year. The open registration will be Wednesday, September 3rd from 7:30 a.m. to 3 p.m. at the cafeteria of the Hazelton Career Center. The first thing you have to do is pre-register online at http://registration.hasdk12.org. Now, the day of open registration, you will need 3 different current proofs of address, proof of the child's age, and the student's immunization record. There's also some optional documentation you can bring if applicable. If the student is bilingual or doesn't speak English, they will need to be with a parent or guardian for English as a second language testing. And if you have any questions, you can call the school district at 570-459-3111, extension 3153 or 3281. Still to come on FYI in sports, I'm throwing a birthday party. And after this break, I will talk with a local woman who is raising money for a good cause and getting ready for a half marathon. We'll tell you how you can help and you don't have to run 13.1 miles.
This is FYI News 13, brought to you by SSPTV and the Hazelton Standard Speaker.
There is something for everyone here in northeastern Pennsylvania, especially outdoors. We're back here at Nescopeck State Park with Diane Madol, and she is going to talk about some of the exciting events going on to encourage everyone to come outdoors and enjoy the great outdoors, right?
Yes, you know, summer is over now, but that doesn't mean you can't get out and enjoy nature. In the fall here, we start focusing on some of the seasonal changes taking place with the animals and plants getting ready for winter. So we have a great bird walk scheduled for September 6th on, you know, getting out and looking at the fall migrants and the birds that are coming through the park. We'll also, on the same day, September 6th, have a wild mushroom program, so you can learn about your mushrooms that are out in the forest these days. It's a great topic, and that one always fills up. So if you'd like to come to that, call to reserve your spot. We also have for kids a junior bird club hawk watch to bake of a knob, which is great to get out and see the migrating bird raptors. And we have something for everyone to come out and help on National Public Lands Day, a volunteer event here, September the 26th. In the morning from 9 till 12, we'll do some sprucing up to give back to our national public lands.
Okay, so if anyone wants to get involved or learn more about these activities.
Yep, you can go on our calendar of events, and you can visit www.visitpaparks.com and click on our calendar for the dates and times and how to reserve.
All right, now is it for children or is it for mainly adults?
We have something for everyone. All of the things that we offer, we'll have in the little descriptions which audiences they're for. You know, we also are open for school groups in the fall as well. So teachers can call and reserve their spot to bring their students out to learn about nature in the fall. It's a great time to do insects because they're pretty. Lots of them are out in the early spring and early fall. Bird migration is a great topic, as well as seeds and animals preparing for winter. So there's lots of things to teach our children and our students about here in the state park.
I don't even want to say this word, but winter will be approaching, and next week we're going to talk about preparing for winter and some of the events that you have going on here at Nescopeck State Park. They are year-round, right?
Yes, we're here all year round with something for everyone. So come out and enjoy your state park.
All right, we'll see you next week.
Jocelyn Rizzo is with us right now, and she's raising money for the Crohn's and Colitis Foundation. And Jocelyn, I'm so impressed by you. Number one, Jocelyn is affected by Crohn's disease. I have colitis, and you run half marathons. I ran a half mile yesterday and almost died in a race. So you're doing all these half marathons now through Team Challenge to help the Crohn's and Colitis Foundation. And you said it's kind of crazy because people don't know it even exists out there.
Yeah, a lot of times people don't know about it until they're directly affected. You know, when you're in the hospital and you're diagnosed, somebody comes to you and says, hey, we have this support group, we have this great opportunity for you to meet people and learn more about the disease. But what would be really great is if more people knew who they were, what they did, and how much money and awareness they actually bring to the disease before they're affected by it.
Now, Team Challenge, group of people going out to Vegas, you're doing a half marathon, a lot of people raising money for this foundation, comes together with a half marathon. You said you ran a little bit in high school, but talk about running these half marathons, and last year was your first one.
Yeah, last year was the first distance race I ever did, actually, the race in Vegas. I've done a few since then, but it's a whole different level. You know, you take it from doing, half a mile, 2 miles, 6 miles, whatever it is, and then you really challenge yourself to go above and beyond. And doing that with a chronic illness is also a bit challenging at times. So it's a great way to challenge yourself and get to another level and really bring out the best in yourself.
Now, locally, you can help Jocelyn and also the foundation on October 9th at Cassatt's Cafe on Alter Street. There's going to be an event. Free food, number one off the bat. There you go. But also another big thing in this area, you have to have tricky trays. Just tell us about the event. Last year was the first one. What else does the event feature if I didn't cover it all there?
Last year, we had over 50 raffle donations. Some of them were gift cards. Some of them were actual baskets. We had premium baskets, some really great prizes. We had some free pumpkins and we had some other things last year. We had a DJ. We're not going to be doing that this year. We had some great sponsorship on beer samplers and harvest samplers, things like that. We're still trying to bring that in this year. I can't guarantee it, but if we get it, great. If not, then it's still going to be a great family fun event. We're going to have things for all ages.
And that's part of why you're here. If you do want to donate, if you want to donate food, if you want to donate tricky trays, anything, if you want to, you can reach out to Jocelyn. We'll put her information up for you right now. And let's talk a little bit more about, you said free pumpkins, right? That's a pretty neat thing. People who come get free pumpkins. It's in October, so and you said it was a pretty good thing last year.
Yeah, it's a little early. Last year it was on the 28th, so it was only a few days before Halloween, and it was beneficial. It's going to be a bit earlier this year, but use them as a decoration. Let the kids carve a pumpkin early. It's a great way to just kind of give a thank you to you for coming out and showing up.
That's awesome. Lastly, why is this foundation so good? I mean, I don't want to say maybe how's it helped you, but what does it really do for people who are battling these diseases?
Team Challenge specifically, I can attest to, really gave me a way to meet people that also struggled with it. Either they were a caretaker, they had a child or a loved one that has either Crohn's or colitis, or they're directly affected by the disease itself. It gave me a way to meet people and live a little bit easier as an adult and understand, hey, I'm not the only one out there. Other people struggle with this. This is how they get through it. And on top of it, to train for a distance event, an endurance event with other people that have it. So I guess the best thing that the CCFA does, aside from funding research to hopefully find a cure one day, is unity. It brings us all together. It helps us understand we're not alone. It's sometimes an embarrassing disease, something we don't want to talk about, very taboo, but it really helps understand that there's more than just us. You have people, you have support.
Jocelyn, great job, not only taking part in the race, but also raising money. And it is sometimes hard to talk about. It's the first time I ever said I had colitis on television, so there you go. But help out Jocelyn and get involved in the cause. Now again, to help out Jocelyn, to get her to that half marathon and also to help out the foundation, the fundraiser is October 9th from 4 to 8 p.m. at Cassatt's Cafe on Alder Street in Hazleton. And one last reminder, if you can't make it to the event but you want to donate, the website active.com/donate Las Vegas, PHL14/PHTJC Rizzo. So there you go. Now here's a story for all of you photographers out there. I've been shooting video for over a decade for television, but if you give me a still camera, it's like you told me to drive the space shuttle. So I won't be participating in this contest, but you're certainly welcome. It's the annual Fall Foliage Photo Contest. and it's for Eckley Miners Village. You can register at the Eckley Visitor Center between 9 a.m. and 4:30 p.m. Monday through Saturday from September 20th to November 8th. That's also the time you have to submit your photos. It's $5 per photo entered. Your photo must capture the autumn colors at Eckley Miners Village. The winner will receive $50 cash, a certificate, and membership to the Eckley Miners Village Associates. That's good for 1 year, plus your photo will be displayed at the Eckley Visitor Center. For complete rules and information, you can call 570-636-2070 or go to eckleyminersvillage.com. We are going to take a break, but before we do, let's see what's playing at the movies.
It's time for the Movie Minute right here on News 13, your weekly look at what's playing at Regal Cinema 10 just outside the Laurel Mall. 2 new releases this weekend. First, The November Man, rated R. Peter Devereux, played by Pierce Brosnan, is a lethal and highly trained ex-CIA agent who has been enjoying a quiet life in Switzerland. When Devereux is lured out of retirement for one last mission, he must protect a valuable witness. And also, So Above, So Below, rated R. Miles of twisting catacombs lie beneath the streets of Paris, the eternal home to countless souls. When a team of explorers ventures into the uncharted maze of bones, they uncover the dark secret that lies within the City of the Dead. Still playing Guardians of the Galaxy, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, When the Game Stands Tall, Let's Be Cops, Into the Storm, The Giver, and The Expendables 3. For all the showtimes, call Regal Cinema 10 570-450-7454, or to speak to a movie attendant, call 570-450-7340.
This is FYI News 13 Sports.
Welcome to the FYI Weekend Sportscast, and before we throw a party for Harmon Guy Stadium's 75th anniversary, let's take care of some business. This is like the first week of school. In college, it's called Syllabus Week. When I was in high school, it was Get Your Books Covered Week. So here's how we are covering football on FYI, and pay attention. You can watch the FYI Football Rewind every Monday, now except this Monday, because we do have our Labor Day special coming your way. So we'll actually start this on Tuesday this week, but it will be every Monday after that. So starting this Tuesday, we'll show you some top plays in a segment I call #highlights, and then we'll meet the fan of the week, and we'll unveil the weekly coal scale to let you know what teams are hot in the coal region. I'll keep you up to date on FYI Football Rewind on our Facebook page at facebook.com/FYI News 13. And now to our celebration. Harmon Guy Stadium in Hazleton will turn 75 this year. Well, it's been 75 years since the stadium was dedicated as Harmon Guy Stadium. The place is even older than that, but we'll get to that in a second. How's this for fate? The man with the most local sports knowledge, nay, the most sports knowledge, at least that I have come in contact with, was born the same year Harmon Guy Stadium was dedicated. You may know him from Trivia Treat, Short Shots, or his legendary Ice Bucket Challenge.
Well, don't forget, people only had one car for family. Now a family of 6 has 6 cars. You know, it's all different. Wyoming Street was 2 away, and that stadium was built in 1916. It was called Beeler Stadium. And then in 1939, they rededicated it to Harmon Guy Stadium. You know, it was in 1930.
When were you born?
I was born in 39.
30, okay.
I might have been 1 month old when it.
So you were born, Harmon Guy Stadium is Harmon Guy Stadium?
Yes,
okay.
Harmon Guy Stadium. No, actually, maybe I was the one. I was born maybe in August in '39. And the first game was like September, so I was born a month before it opened. So I couldn't make it.
Officially as Harmon Guy Stadium.
Yeah, officially as Harmon Guy Stadium. Now, the first game was against Macado, but that wasn't the dedication game. But that's actually the first game I ever played against Hazel and Macado. Hazel won 26-6. Then on October 21st, they had the dedication game, and that's considered. They played Lancaster, and Hazel won 33-13. It was their 17th consecutive win. And of course the touchdown twins were playing, and Draco and Cheverko, you know, so now it's 75 years later, and this is probably the only one in existence. This is a dedication program, Hazelton against Lancaster, and I challenge anybody to find another one. I want to see it, but I don't think so. I really don't think there's another one in existence.
From the time he was born, Harmon Guy Stadium was a part of Ron Marchetti's life. As you heard, it was a different time in Hazleton, and as Marchetti was growing up in the neighborhood of Wyoming and Holly Streets, him and his friends did something he wouldn't suggest kids do growing up in Hazleton now.
It was the greatest place in the world. I mean, we had our own field, and we used to sneak into Harmon Guy to play often, because there the walls. Once you're in, nobody could see it. You know, so it's not like now they have open fence so they know right away if somebody's in there. But it was great.
Now, if you pay your admission, you can see Marchetti at the Hazleton Area Quarterback Club booth on Friday nights at Harmon Guy Stadium, and maybe you'll hear a story or two.
It's just so many memories. I mean, there's so many things that have happened at that stadium. I mean, I can remember when Hazel had a pro team, and the Hazel Mustangs, and I seen Hezekiah Braxton kick the longest. He was one of the stars of our team. The Hazel Mustang. He kicked an 80-yard punt in the air, 80 yards, 40 up and 40 down. He caught his own punt, you know, and I remember stuff like that. I remember the quarterback club, and I was in the quarterback club, this is maybe 40 years ago, August, I think it was 1969, August 31st. We had 2 women's pro teams come to town. I thought it was going to be a great idea, but it bombed. The Detroit Demons played the Toledo Troopers, and the one team, Toledo, had 1 reserve. And the other team had 3 reserve. Football team had 1 reserve. So there was 4 players on the sidelines. They could have all came in one bus. You know, maybe it was 25, 30 for both teams with the coaches in that. It was a real bomb. That was the quarterback club's biggest bomb.
So come out on a Friday night this fall and wish a Hazleton icon a happy birthday. And while you're there, pay your respects to Harmon Guy Stadium as well. Now, I also spoke with Hazleton area's new football coach, Mike Brennan, about Harmon Guy Stadium and a member of his staff who you'll probably recognize, even though it's his first year coaching.
It's a neat place. It really is. It's ours. It's home. It's become home to me very quick. It's a well-maintained facility. Our kids love it here. The surface is fantastic. We have a great field house there to call home. It's right in the community, right here in downtown. I'm looking forward to the energy and the buzz here.
One memory, I would say my senior year when we made that run, we beat Easton in that double overtime game, and then we went out to Liberty, we beat Liberty, and then we lost to Parkland. But that stretch, my senior year, we started off 0-1 and we reeled off 10 in a row. So I mean that was some good memories back then.
That playoff run started at Harmon Guy Stadium. Well, that's sports on FYI weekend, and remember, this Tuesday we'll launch FYI Football Rewind. Well, everyone's favorite segment, Adopt Me, is coming up from the Hazleton Animal Shelter, so stay tuned. It's the weekend, and I love sitting at a high top, ordering some delicious apps and having a few beverages with my friends at Bottlenecks, where they have an awesome atmosphere with awesome food.
My name's Jennifer, and at the Hazleton Animal Shelter for Adopt Me, today we have Jonas, who's a lovable guy. He's like falling asleep in my arms here. He's a very, very laid-back cat. He's an adult. He's neutered, microchipped, up-to-date on shots, all black. He's a sweetheart. If you're looking for a calm cat who likes to sleep, a little bit lazy, this is definitely your guy. Check him out. Next for the news, we're going to show you a dog. Here we are with Greta. Greta is an adult Shih Tzu mix. She's spayed, up to date on her shots, microchipped. She's got the little bows in her hair, so she's definitely got a lot of style for being a little girl. She's very playful. She likes to play. If you throw toys, she'll go after them. She likes to be held and cuddled. She's an all-around good dog. Good with other dogs, also good with kids. If you're interested in Jonas or Greta, come down to the animal shelter and fill out an application and check out the other animals.
Coming up on our special Labor Day show, we'll learn all about 5 points and what it meant to aerosol artists, so that's pretty cool. You'll find out about that. Plus, Tara Toohill, State Representative Tara Toohill, will talk about her sports career. So all that and more on the FYI Labor Day special. And then on Tuesday, it's the FYI Football Rewind. Until then, take it easy, everyone.